Hello viewers, Flash Motorsport here and welcome to Suzuka. Now we're back onto medium races this week, so that is absolutely brilliant news. I do have a tune set up on this Ford Focus which I'm very happy with. I created my own custom tune and it drives absolutely incredible. And funny enough, I'm starting to notice, especially on this track, this Focus has some real great mid-range grunt. So as we come into our first corner, we back away from the cars in front having their own chaotic moment. There's an Audi off, there is a Hyundai, and then there's me punted off. Thank you, Peugeot, much appreciated to you for that one. You know, it's why? I don't know. But luckily enough, I didn't lose too many places. Started off in P17, right now we're in P20, making a move on the Mercedes on the right hand side and coming through now. Really, it's just a case of clawing it back. Now through this section of the track, there's another place gained. Through this section of the track, I am quite comfortable with, very confident with, and quite quick to be honest. Where the latter part of the track, I'm okay with. I'm getting better at it. As we come at the inside of Kill Art closes the door, so we go make a move on the other side. We'll brake early through here, over the curb we go, accelerate as early as possible. And there we are, parallel to Kill Art in the red Honda Civic. It's actually quite a nice red, I must say. Keeping on the curb, just to give them a bit of space, breaking down this second gear. As we come around this corner, more chaos erupts in front of us, and we're going to try and keep up the inside. Now we're next to G920 in the green and orange Audi. Keeping on the left hand side, I'm going to try and make a move in this corner here. Braking just after the 100 board down to third gear and keep on the inside line. They do have a better line than I do, so I pretty much back out the corner, just keep a bit of pressure on, force them to stay out in the slow part of the track. But really I want to keep behind the Audi because the Audi is a bit quicker than the Focus, so I want to try and gain upon that. You see the VW Golf in front is defending, but they do lose that defense overall, and pretty much as we come into this corner, I'm backing out because I can't see this ending well. And there we go. Plan ahead, it works. Coming up to here, looking at 100 board hard down to second gear and turning in, and I'm just going to make it work and squeeze my way through there, taking that chance and making it work. That was quite close though, because in reality that could have gone so wrong. But as we come over the start and finish line, in one lap we gained back 10 places. I mean, we lost 3, gained 10, can't grumble at that. Looking out for the road on the left hand side just after the 100 board, braking down the 4th gear and then letting it coast around, braking a little bit more and then coming along this curb on your right hand side to the outer curb on your left hand side, accelerating back over to the right and then keeping about 90 through this first part of the 2 corners here. Over the curves we go, maximising the track, and then through the latter part of this lot here we want to keep it about 75 to 80 miles per hour, just letting the throttle on and off just to keep the speed and momentum going, but not enough that you're accelerating out of a corner and creating your own wheel spin. And more or less also trying to save a bit of tyres here because it is a long race, 7 laps of this, so I'm looking at saving a bit of tyres. And you can see the Astra has gone off in front, so I'm going to try and make a move on the Astra as they are going quite a bit slower than me. I back out of the move ultimately, and then I mess up this corner and just hit the start button so I don't take the Astra out. Lucky enough, it worked and I didn't hit anybody and we didn't lose any place as well. So I don't know if something's changed here because I've never had such an AI drive as good as they have done. Usually I would have been over in the grass having a cup of tea somewhere, but today it just seems to be if I hit the start button, the AI is like, yeah, I'll do it for you, mate, not a problem. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Go off track, going a little bit wide, a little bit hot into the corner and pretty much at the wrong angle. Luckily enough, no penalty though. So as we're coming down this back straight, I'm still within the toe of the Astra in front. I'm not massively pushing this car hard to try and gain places. I'm more trying to save on a little bit of tyre and see if I can start pushing more towards the end of the race when everybody else is a bit more worn out. Coming over here, going a little bit wide and braking early, looking out for 100 board left hand side, braking down to second gear, rubbing those curves, really abusing the track limits there because you can really gain some time if you cut the corners as well as I did there, and accelerating out the other side. Now we have a Honda Civic in front and an Astra. I think the Focus is faster than both of them power wise. So if I can play this well, I can start overtaking both of them. The Astra is making a move on a Honda Civic. I didn't realise, is the Astra faster than the Honda? I've not driven the Astra, and I know the Honda's strength is more in corners compared to the Astra. We're going up on the inside line here. Astra does give me a little bit of a touch, doesn't realise I'm there. No harm, no foul, nobody is at a disadvantage, and I gained that position. And now we just got to get past Lurk and Merc, so I'm going to go around the outside here, the slower part of the track, really just to put them off their pace, to say where's he going, or think a bit differently. It's not a case I was going to win that overtake, because the outer part of that corner is real slippy, so you can't really gain on it. The Astra, I think, gives up because they send themselves off into the shadow realm, and off I don't know, they just, that was a big rage quit. And if it wasn't a rage quit, let me know down in the comments below. But that person went straight into that wall, just turned into it. I don't know why. Anyway, breaking down the second gear, going to take the inside line here. Hopefully we don't collide, and we just miss. They still have a better run out of that corner than I do, but we are pushing, and we are messing with their brain, thinking, is he making that move? When can he make the move? What's his next move going to be? And that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just get into their head. They are defending. Breaking out the 100 board down to third gear. I brake earlier than that car in front, just to create a bit of gap on me and them. I don't want to be too close to someone in the corners, rather catch them up on the straights. Again, it's a bit of a memory issue with the MG. Never be behind someone. You can see I'm really catching up the Civic. Going to go on the left hand side here, have a tighter line through this corner. The only issue I do have is because I'm taking that tighter line, I have to lose a lot more speed. This is where the Honda massively goes up the inside, and we're basically trading places here. Looking out for the 100 board down to second gear. Honda blocks me off, so I go and cut off the track and give myself a 0.2 second penalty. It's my own fault there, cutting into that corner too early. I'm being too aggressive trying to fight back that position. Ultimately, I'm going to win it through this latter part, well, the first part of the section of the track anyway, and you can see that now. We're coming through here, looking out for the road on the left hand side, braking down to fourth gear, letting the car coast in, and then braking a little bit more, going a bit sideways because nothing like showing off right now, and accelerating out the other side, and then keep it to the right hand side, over the curb on your left, and back onto the curb on the right hand side. You can see we make quite a gain from the Honda Civic already behind us. Now we just got to find 3 seconds, well that's counting down quick, 3 seconds to the car in front in P6. Hopefully it won't be too hard to find. As we skip ahead to the start of lap 5, we're coming out of the pits, and I picked a set of soft tyres because I did a miscalculation. I didn't realise I had to do lap 5, lap 6 and lap 7. I was like, oh, I'm going to start lap 5 in a minute, but, and we'll only have 2 laps left, but yeah, absolute plum moment. We're going to try and make a move on the Mercedes as they went off track and came back on. I'm going to go up the inside here. The Mercedes, I think they surrendered position for me, so thank you very much. And we're going to thread the needle through here right now. Honda Civic is just coming back on track, went a little bit sideways, and managed to get that overtake done. That was an absolute glorious moment right there. Overtaking the Audi and managed to thread the needle to the Honda Civic coming back on the track. Couldn't grumble at that. That is a very, very lucky moment. Now we've just got to catch up to the Fart Can in front and the Hyundai. As we're catching up to that car, that person does have a 3.45 second. Wow, P1 is 44 seconds ahead. Oh my gosh. We're never going to make that back unless they collide with every single barrier towards the end of the race. Anyway, though, I don't mind that. I mean, we're in P9 at the moment. We did start off quite far down the list, and I'm pretty happy where we are right now. We are going to catch up to the Fart Can in front. We do have soft tyres, so we are at the moment at advantage to everybody else. Braking just after the 100 board, down to third gear, let the car coast round, dab it with the throttle, and then dab on the brakes again. Get the weight back down, rubbing the curb on your left hand side and accelerating out the corner, and down the fast long straight we're going to go. But as you can see, we're only 1.3 seconds away from P8 position right now. So we are clawing back a little bit of time here and there. And like I say, at the beginning part of the track, I can quite quick through. So I can make some temps through that corner as well. And through this corner here as well. Breaking out the 100 board, down to second gear, and rubbing over those curbs as much as you can. Taking this one really tight. Look how quickly I've got caught up to the Hyundai. I already gained 4 temps through that. They're 0.9 seconds away now. from that one corner alone. And those are the little things you got to try and capitalize on. You see other cars have gone into the pits right now. They must have been on the hard tires. So again, we're back in P6. Braking up the roadside, 4th gear and coasting it round. The car Hyundai is going to be hopefully held up by the Golf in front, and I think that's an Audi in front of that. I'll have to get closer to check. I haven't got my binoculars at the moment, but we are catching up to the car in front and coasting it through. You can see now we're 0.5 seconds away. I'm not pushing this car to catch up to them because I know the Hyundai is being held up, so I'm more coasting it through and saving on the tires. As you can see now, the Hyundai and the Golf are going to get a bit touchy-feely with each other, and we're going to back away from that and not be a part of it. Golf is ending up enough sideways. I'm going to make a move on the Golf on this inside part here now, accelerating through that corner, rubbing that curb and out the other side, and getting a bit of slipstream from the Hyundai in front. I'm going to rub over this curb because I don't know where that Golf is and I don't want to be punted off the track, so might as well take it as tight as I can and get away with it than to get it wrong. And it worked, like, you know, they actually did give a bit of space at the same time. Coming around this corner, the Hyundai is pushing away. They're only 0.3 seconds. Wow, they got a 5.05 second penalty now. That is a chunk of a penalty. Well, you know, I've gained upon that car, is all I can say. I've won that position if I can manage to keep up with them. As we're coming down this back straight now, we are pretty much on par with each other power-wise. I think the Hyundai might be a little bit quicker. I am in a slipstream, but I'm not really gaining upon them. So I do think the Hyundai might have a little bit more power. Anyway, I do brake a little bit early and go a little bit slow through that corner. I don't mind. I know I'm going to catch him up through the first section of the track again. So it was more of a case of trying to save the tyres, trying to keep the car more straight, abusing the track limits, and trying to reduce the tyre wear overall. Keeping up the Hyundai in front, that Audi in front of that is going to give the Hyundai a bit of slipstream, and I'm just going to sit here and watch what's going to happen because I do think the Hyundai is quite aggressive. So hopefully them two can take each other out. Hyundai makes a great move on the Audi. Audi is not happy about this move right now, so I come and join the party because I don't want to be left alone. I am not going to be in the party too much. I could just be stood by the wall watching what everybody else is doing. See, the Audi is trying to get that place back and make a move on the Hyundai in front. I'm just sat here going, well, I'm here, but I'm waiting for you two to mess up and I can capitalize upon that. As we're going to go through this last part of the big long corner, I'm going to try and make a move on the outside here. That's going to start colliding. I'm going to really push. I got a great speed boost over them and I run out of road. No, I could have. That's P3 lost because they both have penalties. P3 lost because I ran out of road. Oh dear. There's no chance of me catching back. I've got minor wear on the front tyres right now. There's going to be moderate wear by the time we even get to the latter part of this track. So it's more of a case of trying to keep Road Rog 3626 away from me. They're 1 second away right now, and there's no way I'm going to catch up 2 seconds to them two in front unless them two manage to take each other out again. But I do think the Hyundai is a bit quicker than the Audi, driver-wise, not vehicle-wise. Oh, can't believe it. I ran out of road. Oh, dear me. It happens. Well, at least I made the move, you know. No, not to next time. Oh, dear me. Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I gained 15 places overall. I started off in P17, ended up in P20, and then clawed it all back as we have now. We are actually only 10 seconds away from P1. Man, I should have qualified for this race, thinking about it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Only live once. Braking at 100 meter ball, down to second gear. We have got moderate wear on the front tyres, so I've got to be a bit more careful through this corner here. But we are 2 seconds away from the Golf behind. So overall, we're going to finish in P4 position. That's because the Hyundai has a good 5 second penalty. Thanks for that. If you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'd also like to thank our channel members, which is Andy Good and Jeffrey Anderson. Thank you very much, guys. On to the next race. We are at Brands Hatch, but it's dark. Nighttime. Always. Why is it always me in Touring Car Series? It's nighttime at Brands Hatch. So for this race I didn't qualify again, and there was a fair few cars behind, but I decided to hit the start button, count to about 10 seconds, because then the cars in front will be long gone hopefully, and I can play catch up, because I quite enjoy that. Surprisingly enough, again the AI really did drive this car very well, so I expected them to be further ahead than what they were, and clearly not. But we've already gained 2 places from the first corner, because I know the first corner is always full of shenanigans. The second corner can be quite clumsy, everybody getting very close to each other. But there's a car ghosted, there's another, well, gone through a car, and we're going to try and take the tight line. Do clip the Audi to link, sorry, to my right hand side, but like I say, first lap Brands Hatch is always very, very close, and as you can see, very slow. We overtake Car Wash King to the right, we overtake a Golf as well, that was very slow, going to the back of the link. And an Xmas Crosser just comes swimming through like, you know, we're all standing still. They've obviously had a much better run through that corner than we did. Looking out for the 100-meter marker on the right hand side into 4th gear, coasting it round. Another car's gone off track. We're now in P13 position, which is quite good overall. Looking out for the next 100-meter board, 3rd gear, coasting it over the curb and out to the other side. You can see Chaos Chaser, Chaos Rider, whatever. The link overtaken the Xmas Crosser in front. So now we just got to try and overtake Xmas Crosser in the Audi. Again, I'm not pushing too hard at this beginning part of the race. I'm trying to save my tyres again to see if I can then capitalize towards the end of the race. You never win the race in your first lap, you win the race towards the end. First lap is about survival, and it's especially true in Forza. So I'd rather survive and start slowly working my way up. As you can see right now, being in P13 is not too bad overall, because the Honda Civic has gone off, so now we're in P12. Again, another position gained, and I'm just floating on through, keeping away from everybody and trying to stay alive. Coming around here in 2nd gear, accelerating out the other side, back over to the right hand side, dab on the brakes, coasting it through. You got to be careful, the track limits are on the right hand side. As soon as you go over that curb, they will punish you. It is quite ruthless. Looking out for 100-meter board down to 3rd gear, taking a bit wider than what I do. I'm still warming up on this lap and I go in a bit too deep, but come out the corner, accelerating out the other side, and flat out down this back straight. Keeping over to your left hand side, looking for the 100-meter board. You're going to brake down to about 90-95 miles per hour and coast it through this corner. And accelerating out, looking again on your left hand side for the 100-meter marker, braking down the 3rd gear and go over this curve as much as you can and to the out part of the track. You get such a good wide exit when you use that curb. Again, braking the 100-meter board into 3rd gear, clipping that curve a little bit more than what I did. You've got to be careful of that corner, because it does catch me out later throughout the race, where you don't realize there's actually a bend before it bends. So be mindful of that. Braking just before the grass ends, down 3rd gear and out over we go. We're going to try and make a move on this Astra to our right hand side. Going through this corner now, going quite wide. We are parallel to the Astra. I'm going to turn in and going a little bit deep. Going to cut them off a little bit and get punted off the track. Again, I should have gave a bit more space. Annoying it is. And then the Astra quits. So yeah, annoying as it is, I should have gave a bit more space to that corner. It is quite a brave move from both of us to keep our foot in it whilst we're going through that corner. It can be done, but like I say, got to give each other space. And I think they also clipped the inside curb, and that bounced them over into me rather than them deliberately smashing me off the track. Coming out of the pits for the start of lap 6, we have a new set of medium tyres and we're in P18 position. So I do believe there's a fair few drivers out here doing a different strategy, hard to soft tyres. Looking out for the 100-meter board, braking down a 2nd gear, rubbing that curb as much as you can, so accelerating us halfway round that corner, out towards the outside of the track, back over to your right hand side, down with the brakes, over the curb we go, and towards the outside of the track. Not that far, because that car is going to get a penalty, I believe. Did he get? Yeah, she got away with it. No way. 9 times out of 10 I get a penalty for that one. As you can see, that car in front has not pitted yet, so they're going to be on hard tyres. So I'm going to try and look for a move and go up the outside of them. The issue is, like I said, they have a better line through this next corner, but I am ahead. So I'm going to look out for the 100-meter board, braking down the 4th gear, and pretty much giving them a bit of space. I can see as soon as they're behind me, cutting across, braking again, 100-meter board, over the curb we go, and towards the outer part of the track. And you can see the Audi went off track again behind me. Having the hard tyre strategy can be quite a brave move on this track, seeing that most of the corners are quite like 90-degree angles. So it's easy to get caught up with a bit of speed and go off track. This Hyundai in front rejoins the track and for some reason goes straight towards the left hand side. Why not just stay to the right? You know, I have to go round you to overtake, you know. Just stay to the right hand side. You're going slower than everybody else. Little things like that I get confused by, because it's like, why? Just stay out of the way. If I come in on the track barreling down 100 miles per hour and you're joining at 20, why go in front besides just creating a bit of havoc and asking if to be rammed off track? Somebody else will just ram you. I don't know. Each to their own, I guess. Breaking the 100-meter board, round the corner we go. 3 laps left to go. We are in P13 position. Hopefully, though, at the end of this lap, everybody else that hasn't pitted will be pitting. You can see P1 has not pitted yet, so that is a good indication that they are planning to go on the soft tyres at the end of this lap. As we go under the bridge, looking out for the 100-meter boarding left hand side, there's 3, 2, 1, and in 4th gear, 100 miles per hour, and around we go. Off the throttle, letting it coast through. 100-meter boarding left hand side, down the 3rd gear, over the curb we go. You can see we're really catching up to the Golf in front. And as we're going through here, 100-meter board, back down the 3rd gear, over the curb again, because there's a lot of curbs. The Golf takes out the link, and then as I was going to go to the right hand side, the Golf blocks me. Whether that was intentional or not, maybe they were trying to get out of the way, or they was intentionally blocking, I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Frustrating, yes, but it could be, like I say, a genuine mistake. They saw me coming up, oh, I'm getting out of the way, as I was going right as well, because I'm going a lot faster than I was planning ahead. You never know. This is what you got to think sometimes. Be fair when you see something happen and judge it. If you was in that position, or someone that was a little bit less experienced or even more experienced, more getting out of the way because they know they should get out of the way, and the less experienced are like, oh, there's a car coming up behind really quick, I've got to get away, and again making the wrong move. It's easily done, and it's easier for us to judge and criticize than it is to think, well, it happens, like, you know, it is what it is. Just keep smiling, just keep racing. We're in P9 position, and hopefully we have still 2 laps left to go, so hopefully we'll be able to make a move on that Golf in front. Jumping ahead to the back straight of the last lap, Xmas Crosser came on track and created a gap between me and the Golf in front. I backed off, and then this is where fun happens. The Xmas Crosser goes into the back of the Golf. Don't know whether it's intentional or not, but they were very close, and the Golf is gone off track. Then Xmas Crosser gets themselves a 4-second penalty. So I try and make a move up the inside here. They block, and I end up gliding into the back of them. You know, that's not the usual line you would take through there, really, not going that tight. That was more of a late defending, blocking move, rather than, well, let me know what you think down in the comments below. That's my perception of it, where you would take the racing lines a bit more out of the track, so you get a better angle in the next corner. To me, it seems a bit wasteful, considering you have a 4-second penalty. You might as well just move over. I've already gained that position. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments below, whether that was a blocking move or defensive move. Either way, a collision happened, and lucky enough I didn't get a penalty for it. End of the race, we have P6 position. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time. Goodbye.